This is the most successful scam show of all time. A hit in 45 countries around the world. The real hustlers have stolen cars.
Hi.
It's perfectly safe there.
Burgled houses. Picked. Switched. And ditched. They've carried out close to 500 scams and stolen over £1 million. And now they're back for an 11th series. Alex, Jess and Paul. With new recruits, Polly and Jazz. Their job? To expose the tricks of the criminals' trade so that you don't get scammed. On tonight's show, guest hustler Lucien Laviscounts on an antiques hunt. Paul's prop bet is all in the balance.
It's yours.
And Polly leaves a mark kicking himself for doing a good deed. The marks in this show have no idea they're being hustled. They agreed the footage could be shown so that you can avoid falling for the same scams. The hustlers have invited celebrity friends to see if they can cut it as con artists. But they'll have no clue what the scam is about, and there are no dress rehearsals. So this is sink or swim. Today's guest hustler is Corrie and celeb Big Brother star, actor Lucien Laviscount.
I woke up this morning, I'm in a new city, I'm so nervous. I'm a sheep in a field full of lions. I think you just got to be ballsy. I think you just got to have big cojones, really. The people that do this in the real world, I've got a lot of time for them, really, because it's a crazy way to make money. And it's kind of cool as well. I'm a hustler. It's got a nice little tag to it.
Hello.
Lucien's been told to meet sexy swindler Jess for his hustle briefing.
I've got a question for you. Do you own a pair of handcuffs by any chance?
Yes.
Have you got them with you?
I can't say no, I don't.
Oh, that's just no good. That's just no good. Because today you're going to be scamming someone, and by the end of the day, they're going to be desperate to buy a pair of handcuffs from you, and they're going to pay a lot of money for them.
Handcuffs?
Yes. Come with me, I'll tell you more about it.
Right, okay.
So Lucien's going to be working off the cuff in the feud. The hustlers love dabbling in the antiques world, so today they've come to an upmarket Georgian gallery in Edinburgh, a rambling 4-storey warehouse stuffed full of expensive treasures. You could easily get lost in this place. It's massive, and that's exactly why the hustlers have chosen it, as the staff won't notice them going about their business. Paul's looking dapper. He's playing the role of historical artifacts expert Rob Marks, a local dealer who often uses this place to do some freelance business. Lucien is posing as the owner's son, a rookie dealer learning the ropes.
Can you tell me about the history of this?
Looks like Jess and Polly are here to buy, but they're actually just testing Lucien to see if he can pull off his role by thinking on his feet.
First black diver, deep sea diver, actually wore this.
Really?
Yeah, and you know the reason why we've got it up here because October is Black History Month as well. So, yeah, so we just got it for the month.
These guys are also here to buy. They notice Lucien talking to the girls and assume he works here. Time for some improv.
Sorry, how are you guys? Yeah, pleasure to meet you. Do you need a hand?
Yeah, came to collect George and Victorian photo viewer.
This guy is carrying £2,000 in cash, making him the mark.
Rob, he's one of the distributors here. He's downstairs and he'll be able to give you a hand. Do you know much about the piece? Or?
Yeah, that's $2,000.
Oh, come down, meet Rob.
Okay.
So the mark is keen to buy a Victorian picture viewer, but he's got absolutely no idea what one looks like, and neither does Lucien.
You've been down here before, or?
No, that's the first time.
First time?
He offers help in the form of expert dealer Rob Marks, who set up office on the floor below.
It's my dad's place, so he's had it for about...
Hearing Lucian and the mark approaching, Paul and Alex spring into action to stage a little scene for them.
Look, we're not going to do business together. You want to buy them, find the person I'm going to sell them to, buy them off them. You're not buying them off me. Yeah.
Rob Marks seems to be having a very heated argument with someone.
Listen, I'm sorry. Say hi to your dad, and apologies for this.
That someone is Alex, playing Paul's old business partner and now arch-rival Ian Steele.
Get away.
Actually, Rob, these gentlemen were interested in the Victorian picture viewer.
How can I help?
Okay, so
Have a seat, please.
Collect this one, the Victorian photo viewer.
This chap doesn't sound like he's from these parts, but the hustlers are equal opportunity scammers. They'll take anyone's money.
If you have that one, then
I
get
can-
it.
I don't think it's been sold.
Well,
Have a look. I'll wait for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Lucian heads off to hunt for a viewer, while Paul gives the mark the benefit of his expert knowledge.
Before there was television, people would get around and show pictures.
The heat's on for Julian. He texts the other hustlers to help hunt for the picture viewer. Jess searches the web to find an image. After all, that's what the internet's for. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack, and the hustlers don't have much time.
This place is an Aladdin's cave. You know, if you didn't know what you were doing, you would never find anything in here. But
Paul's stalling the mark with his very best small talk, while the others are scouring every inch of the warehouse for the viewer.
I think if you're looking for a collector, it's like gold dust.
Just as Paul's chat is scraping the bottom of the barrel, Lucian strikes gold.
I thought this was sold.
The cleanup crew have been in, and it was down the back. So.
Okay, all right.
Paul's now going to give the mark a sales pitch about an antique he's never even seen. Luckily, he seems to know a bit about Victorian picture viewers.
In the Victorian times, when your family died, it became fashionable to take a photograph of the deceased. So after they were dead, they would take a picture. You can see this is this lady's passed on. It's a little bit macabre, but very, 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 very collectible and very interesting. But it doesn't have any cards. This card does not belong with this viewer. This is a completely different piece. The cards as a collection are worth approximately £800. You put it together with this. This is selling retail for $750. Say $1,500 for the two together would be I think would be a fair price. But you would then be able to sell at an auction for anything in the region of $10,000.
Wow, what an amazing deal. But for this scam to work, Paul's plan all along was to pretend he had a matching item for whatever the mark had come to buy. After all, a set is far more valuable than a single item. There must be a catch.
And I would also be willing to give it to you for an even better price in return for a small trade in services, if that's of interest to you.
So that's it. Paul wants something from the mark in return for this great deal. He's got a little favour to ask him.
My business partner who was here earlier, we don't do business anymore. We have not a very great relationship.
You want to buy them, find the person I'm going to sell them to, buy them off them. You're not buying them off me.
The only thing I collect is Houdini memorabilia. I don't know if you're familiar with Houdini. Yeah. That set there was the only set of handcuffs that he couldn't open. And it was made by the same person that made these. Both together, for me, as a collector, would be very good. Unfortunately, the person who has them is Ian.
So, Paul's a Houdini expert. He's been collecting memorabilia for years, and he desperately wants to get his mitts on a set of handcuffs that belong to ex-business partner Alex. The cuffs match a set of leg irons that Paul already owns, but Alex is point blank refusing to sell to him. Paul needs to persuade the mark to buy them for him, and Lucian is the key.
If you're willing to at least put them together with Ian, because look, he'll sell it to anybody, he just won't sell it to me.
Lucian eventually agrees to act as a go-between, but will the mark go for it?
Here's the deal, if you would be willing to do that for me, I'll give you the cash. If you buy them from him and then give them back to me, I'll even give you a small profit. Does that sound fair to you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
It's on. The mark has agreed to help Paul buy the Houdini handcuffs from Alex in return for the viewer, cards and some cash.
I'm taking a big risk because I'll give you the cash. As long as you promise not to take a holiday in the next couple hours with my money.
So everyone's happy. It's the deal of a lifetime all round.
£2,000. You know, I'm going by instinct. I know when I can trust somebody. I hope I'm right.
You don't see that every day. A hustler giving someone £2 out of his own pocket. What is he playing at? For now, the deal's on. But will the Mark take off with Paul's cash, or will he honour his agreement to meet Lucien later to help settle the feud? When hustlers go out, they don't take money. They take prop bets. The proposition bet has only one rule, and that's that the hustler always wins.
Tell you what, does anybody have a £20 note? Or a £10 note, it doesn't really matter, anything you've got, okay? And what I want you to do, you have to fold it like this, so it's almost like a little Z. All right? You have to do exactly what I do. We're going to hold it in our hands. You have to hold it in exactly the way that I hold it. And the last person holding a £20 note keeps any money that falls on the table or the floor. Fair enough? Yeah. This is what I want you to do. Take your fingers like that, okay? One pinching this way and the other one pinching this way. And the idea is you have to be able to take your fingers away. And then take one away like that. That one fell, and that one fell, which means I get to keep this one. The secret is just a little bit of extra investment. All you need is that 10 pence.
So that sneaky 10p balanced on Paul's thumb weighted his folded note, earning him 3 crisp 20s. That's a whole lot of free drinks.
That's mine, that's mine, that's mine. And the drinks are definitely on you.
A busy courtyard in a city centre plaza. This guy's a keen photographer. He's here to buy a second-hand camera lens from a guy he's arranged to meet. He's brought cash, so that makes him the Mark in the Lost Fob.
Hey, Andrew. Yeah, hi. Come in. Sit down. Sorry. I'm in a bit of a. Have a seat. Have a seat. I'm going to get the camera lens. It's here, but it's in the office. I've just had a bit of a mini disaster.
Are you kidding?
You know, I work in PR and we do film PR and stuff like that. And during the course of this day, somewhere in the meetings, I seem to have lost a USB stick with all our clients' info on it. And if I don't find it, I'm going to lose my job. So I've been looking for it here. I've been texting people who I've had meetings with. I've just been on the phone to the cab company to see if they found anything. So, but let me, so I haven't...
So what, do this another time then?
No, that's fine, that's fine.
The guy selling the lens is Alex. Looks like he's in a bit of a tizzy. In fact, he's in a total panic. He's posing as a PR agent, and it turns out he's lost a computer fob with all his famous clients' sensitive details on it.
Listen, do me a favour. If I've already spoken to the bar, I said 100 quid to if anybody finds it and hands it in, because I'm going to have to go back and now tell my boss that I can't find it.
Okay.
But listen, I'll be back in 10 minutes. Is that okay? I'm so sorry to bring all this on you. But if you find it, can you just call me straight away?
If I see it.
Because if I don't have to tell my boss,
Yes.
that would be great. Cheers, mate. And again, apologies.
Alex heads off to fess up to his boss about the lost fob, and also to get the lens. The Mark decides to text a friend while he waits for Alex to return.
Is this yours?
Where did you find that?
Is it yours?
Well, this guy who I'm meeting just lost a USB stick and he said he's going to lose his job if...
Okay.
Hang on, well, where did you
Come
find it?
literally under my table.
What a stroke of luck! The girl at the next table seems to have found the lost fob. But this is no ordinary girl. It's Polly, and her role in this scam is about to begin.
Hello?
Hi, Ian.
Yes, Andrew.
Hi, can you describe the USB stick to me?
Well, have you found it? Is it there?
The girl at the table next to me has found it, but she wants me to describe it to her to make sure it's yours.
Oh, you're kidding? Oh, well, pass her on.
I'm going to put you on to him, okay?
Hello?
Hi there. Have you got my USB stick?
Yeah, I just found it. It was by my bag under my table.
Right, okay, brilliant. It's a black one with red stuff. It's a flip one.
Oh, yeah, no, that's definitely yours.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, listen, thank you so much. Listen, I said to the guy, 100 quid to whoever hands it in.
£100?
Yeah, £100, yeah.
The mark is happy for Alex, but shrugs in disbelief at his generous reward.
I'm going to be back in 15 minutes, yeah?
Oh, no, I've got to go because I've got a train to catch.
You want to text me your address and I'll send you send you the cash?
I don't really want to give you my address. Just, you know, I don't really know you, you know.
No, it's all right. I'm trying to get the money. I'd love to give you the £100 for being so honest.
Well, £100 would be lovely, yeah, but...
Yeah.
The mark can't believe that this woman is actually holding out for the cash.
Do you want to pass me back to the guy?
Yeah, sure. Who wants to speak to you?
Hello?
Hi, Andrew. Listen, she's done the right thing, and I just want to thank her for it. I was going to give her 100 quid when I've come back. Can I just ask you for a massive favour? I'll knock 60 quid off the lens. If you could give her 100 quid.
You want to give her £100 of the money for the lens?
Yeah, and I'll knock 60 quid off the lens for you.
You sure?
Absolutely. Listen, this girl right now has just saved my job and my family. You know, she's done the right thing. So.
Alex lays it on thick and offers the mark 60 quid off the lens if he gives the girl £100 from the cash he's brought with him to buy the lens.
So I only have to give you 150 when you come back?
Only 150 when I come back, yeah. And you still got my laptop, yeah?
And I've still got your bag here, yeah.
All right, I'll be there in 10-15 minutes, no later. Thanks, Andrew.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks, bye.
The mark is now warming to Alex's generosity. After all, he's getting a 330 quid lens for 150 quid. And of course, he has Alex's laptop as security for the deal. This guy really is the honest type.
I'll give you £100 of my money on the understanding...
That he will give it back to you?
Yeah.
And there's the cash.
Nice to meet you. Hope you get
Polly waves goodbye 100 quid richer. And the mark gets his money ready for when Alex returns in 10 minutes with his bargain-priced camera lens. While he's waiting, he decides to call a friend and tell them about his good fortune with the film PR guy.
Do you want me to have a look on the laptop and see if I can get Brad Pitt's phone number? I should take the memory stick and I should run off. He must come back, his laptop's sitting in front of me.
He tries calling Alex, but the phone just rings out. A full 40 minutes later, the mark checks the laptop bag that Alex left behind, only to find a useless leaflet and some plastic packaging. He's been hustled out of 100 quid cash, and here's how they did it. When Alex picked up his laptop, he was really just dropping it into Polly's bag. He then left his empty computer bag with the mark for safekeeping and beat a hasty retreat. Polly then pretended to pick up the lost fob from the floor.
It's yours.
I'll knock 60 quid off the lens. If you could give her 100 quid.
Okay, that's fine.
She then handed the mark the fob in return for that cash reward. Polly waves goodbye to the mark as he waves goodbye to 100 quid. He's been ripped off, and all he's left with is a cheap, empty bag and a useless fob.
I feel like an idiot. I feel angry and stupid.
By all means, help somebody if they seem to be having a problem. But as soon as money's mentioned and you're asked to put your hand in your own pocket, you should just take a step back and ask yourself what's really going on.
Can't call that Georgian Victorian photo viewer.
Earlier today, this guy came to an Edinburgh antiques warehouse to buy a Victorian picture viewer.
You want to buy them, find the person I'm going to sell them to, buy them off them. You're not buying them off me.
But he's ended up acting as middleman in an ongoing dispute between art dealer Rob Marks and his bitter rival Ian Steele. who've been fighting for years over a set of leg irons and handcuffs that once belonged to escape artist Harry Houdini.
As two separate items, you would pay $1,500. Getting them together for $1,000 is a fantastic price. In auction, you'd sell it for 7 to 10 easily. Does that sound fair to you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Paul's agreed to cut him an amazing deal on the picture viewer, but in return, he's asked the Mark to help him get the cuffs from Alex. He's already given him £2,000 in cash to secure the cuffs, and he's agreed to meet Alex tonight to do the deal in The Feud, Part 2. True to his word, the Mark turns up bang on time to meet Lucien, who's agreed to be on hand to broker the deal.
Thank you. See you soon.
Pleasure. Take care. I'll see you soon. Sure. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
The Mark recognises the two girls he met earlier at the warehouse. It's Polly and Jess, and they also seem to have been having a meeting with Lucien, but are now just on their way out.
Take a seat, dive in. Thank you. How are you, man? You all right?
You're good.
You well?
Yeah.
Good. Well, the situation is, Ian is on his way.
All right.
With handcuffs.
All right.
And Rob is stuck in traffic at the moment.
Fine. How are
Long
you?
day? I'm all right. It's been a long day. But,
The Mark buys Lucien's explanation, and right on cue, here comes Alex with the goods.
Hey,
how are you?
Good. How you doing? You all right?
This is Ian.
Hi.
Hi, I'm George for here. Nice to meet
Hi,
you.
George.
Yeah, George.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for setting this up.
Not a problem.
That's fantastic.
They get straight down to business.
And sorry, I don't want me to ask, but are you in the antiques game? Is that are you?
Not that much.
That's handy. Neither's Alex.
Now you mentioned that you gentlemen might be interested in the pair of Houdini handcuffs.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Do you want to have? Shall I?
Yeah, you can.
Sorry, I don't mean to rush everybody. I'd love to.
No.
I'd love to spend more time. It's just that I only come up for a very short period of time because I'm based out of London, so I've got a meeting to go to after this. There we go.
And there they are. Harry Houdini's very own handcuffs.
Are you interested?
Yeah.
Would you be interested? The price for these that I'm happy to let them go is 4,000.
There seems to be a misunderstanding here about the price Paul gave the Mark earlier.
1, 2, 3, 4, £2,000.
We heard that actually the price is 2,000.
Sorry, but the price is
4,000.
Yeah. How is that with you?
Let me think on that. Okay, so.
Do you want me to give you?
Yeah.
Do you want to give you?
Just give me.
I've got a bit of time, but I'll give you.
Sure.
I'm going to give you a couple of minutes so you guys can talk about it.
That's a big problem. Paul told the Mark the cuffs would cost £2,000, but Alex is now asking for double that. What's he going to do? Alex heads outside to give them some time to work the money out.
All I can think of, if we give Rob a call and see what he says in the situation, yeah?
Sure. I can give you another 2, then I can buy for 4.
Lucien calls Paul to let him know the money situation and check if he's still stuck in traffic.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
The situation is...
Ian's saying 4 for the handcuffs.
You're kidding.
How far away are you?
Maybe 20 minutes, but I'm just sitting in traffic right now.
Thing is, Ian's got to go. He's got a flight to catch, I'm guessing, back to London, so...
I mean, if you've got £2,000 on you, Lucian...
Why don't you give it to throw it in there? I mean, I'll cover it, of course.
I know you cover it. I'm not going to 2 on me now, though, do you know what I mean? I know you're 20 minutes away, but...
You're kidding.
I'm not going to take it.
No, he's in traffic. Can you speak to him? Can you talk to him?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm going to pass you on now, Rob, all right?
All right, okay.
So Lucien's not got a spare £2,000 on him, but maybe the Mark can help.
Let me tell you what I'll do. I'll make you an offer that you can't refuse.
Okay?
Yep.
You've got 4,000 on you right now, including my 2, yes?
Yep.
Right. If you pay for the cup,
I will give you the 4,000. So you're covered.
you haven't lost a penny. Okay?
Absolutely.
Hold on.
Absolutely.
I will give you the viewer with the cards as a fee.
For doing this for me. So you'll walk away
With every penny you brought
with you today.
plus the viewer.
Paul has asked the Mark if he can put the £2,000 he has with him for the viewer, together with the £2,000 that Paul gave him earlier. That'll make up the required £4,000 to buy the handcuffs from Alex. And in return for this, he's offering the Mark the viewer for free.
In the meantime, I'm trying to ask the gentleman to stay here a little bit longer.
Okay.
The mark's still not biting and suggests that they ask Alex to wait a bit longer until Paul arrives with the cash. But here's the thing, Paul's not stuck in traffic at all. In fact, he's parked right outside in the hustle van with Polly and Jess. And someone else who looks remarkably like Ian Steele. It's time for Alex to go back in and nail the deal.
I don't know if you can wait half an hour.
Oh, no. I've got to be out of here in the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
But we can negotiate on price if that's the problem.
I still say the $2,000. That's why I have
that I can't do. You know, I can meet you at 3.5. You know.
I have to give a phone call. Sorry, I have to.
Yeah, no. Do so. I've got 5-10 minutes.
The mark excuses himself and goes outside to call a friend for some advice. If this doesn't work, then the deal is most definitely off. The mark heads back to the table.
Did you say 3,500?
Well, I said we could negotiate.
Negotiate. 35? Is that okay for you?
This guy drives a hard bargain.
35 cash now.
Cash now.
Fine.
Okay.
Deal.
Hey.
Finally, the mark hands over Paul's £2,000, along with 1,500 quid of his own cash.
Okay. I'm Gary.
Right.
Oh, hello.
Sorry, just
Here come the girls again.
I introduced Georgie.
Oh, hi there, I'm Daisy. How are you? You're all right. Nice to meet you. We just bought this and we forgot our bags.
Seems they left their bag earlier and have come back to get it.
Is this the one?
Oh, yeah.
I'll put you in a taxi.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you. Lovely to meet you. Take care. Bye.
Georgie, I'm going to give you a book of photographs with the cuffs, but the only problem is I've got them in the car. So I'm just quickly going to get in the car. I'm going to give you the key as well. I'm going to be back in one tiny second, yeah?
Alex legs it straight away, but the mark can't wait to get a closer look at the antique cuffs. Don't think Houdini ever wore those. The mark chases after Alex, but it's too late, and the mark is left wondering what just happened.
Oh, hi there, I'm Daisy. How are you?
Distracted by Polly and Jess coming back to get their bag, the mark didn't notice Alex slickly switching the Houdini cuffs box with an identical one containing the cheap furry ones. Alex dropped the original box into the girls' bag and they quickly left with Lucien, running straight out to meet Paul, who had the hustle van running. Then, all Alex had to do was join them. It was that easy.
I'm really angry that somebody that I trusted used me. I gave them £3,500 and they left me here with something like this.
I've just been involved in a crime, and you know what? Put the handcuffs on. My top tip for anyone out there to not get hustled. If it sounds too good to be true, usually it is probably going to be too good to be true. You don't get nothing in this world for free.
The trick the fraudsters have used here is that they've tried to speed up the action so that you end up making a decision, an important decision, far too quickly. Take a deep breath and try and slow down the action. Making decisions hurriedly about important things will almost always end in tears.
If you want to know more about how this show is made, go to bbc.co.uk/realhustle.
And make sure you catch Alex's brilliant documentary Gambling and Me, which is here on BBC 3 Wednesday at 9, as he discovers why for some of us the thrill of the bet is just too much.